Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Spec Operator 4 from sunny South Florida. As you see in front of you, we're going to do a little comparison here. I've gotten some questions about, which one maybe would I buy if I only had so much money or could only buy one. Um, Obviously, the two being the Hinderer XM-18 3.5 inch and the Zero Tolerance 0562 carbon fiber. Both great knives. When I went to do the specs on these two, when I was looking up the information, I was pretty surprised to see that they're very, very, very close in weight and size and almost everything spec-wise. So let's jump right in here. Hopefully I can answer some of the questions that, a couple of my subs have been asking. Is it worth it? Spending the $500 on the Hinderer. A lot of guys don't have that money to spend. I know a lot of guys do anyway. I may be one of them. But are you getting a much better knife for the $250, sometimes even $300 price difference in these two knives? Okay, so I'm just gonna, like I said, maybe do a brief overview. You guys make up your own minds. I'm not gonna tell you buy this knife 100%, buy this knife. I mean, these are my own thoughts, my own views, my own opinions. Just a knife lover, knife enthusiast, just like you guys. Okay, we got our 0562 carbon fiber. Okay, now obviously you can see the similarity in designs as well, this being a collaboration with Zero Tolerance and Hinderer. You can see on the blade. Alright, this is a very highly anticipated knife to be released, and since then it's just been flying off the shelves. First came out in the M390, and then the Bowler M390, and that had to be shipped in, so I guess a lot of companies now actually, but Zero Tolerance has decided to do their higher end steels with the 204P. It's more readily available, American made. Get it right here, so that's great. The S35 VN, very, very nice steel. You're gonna see it on a lot of higher end knives. It's a high quality steel with having the properties where you're able to actually sharpen your knife, which is great. These S90V, like I've said before, the 204P, excellent steels, but bitch to sharpen, man. Wow. Especially if you don't have, one of the more expensive sharpeners, Apex, the Wicked Edge and so on. Okay? So, let's jump into some specs and see if we can, see any big differences here. Alright, as you guys know, this is going to carry the 3.5 inch blade, the Zero Tolerance. Okay, also the Hinderer is going to have a 3.5 inch blade. The difference here being there's a 3.125 inch cutting edge on this because of the advanced finger choil here. Okay, still enough cutting edge for me personally, my day-to-day tasks, but you are going to get more cutting edge on the 0562. Alright, you're obviously going to see both stonewashed titanium, although I do enjoy the Hinderer stonewash a little better. Both very, very nice. Okay, no complaints with either. Okay, very, very nice stonewashing on that. Okay, now the grind lines on the Zero Tolerance, I'm going to give that the thumbs up over the Hinderer, even though it is a beautiful stonewash on this. Okay, no doubt about it. But these, this stonewash with the satin two-tone almost, it's just really, really pretty. I like when the Zero Tolerance does that. Very nice. Very similar to the Emerson grind lines, which of all things Emerson, that's the one beautiful thing, is the blade grinds on the Emersons. May not have a lot of other features that are pretty, but hey. Alright, pocket clips. Okay, very similar pocket clips. Okay, this being a little bit deeper carry. Okay, I call this an ultra deep carry clip. Love that clip. Okay, you can see the similarities in the design, the spoon on the bottom here being a little bigger, and this is going to ride the lower, so it's going to be about an inch sticking out of your pocket on the Hinderer. Okay, you're not going to see anything on the 0562, but similar design. Okay, obviously the jimp in here, now, you know, granted, this is a Hinderer design, so just keep that in mind, okay? Excessive amount of jimping on the Hinderer, on the back here, okay? You're just going to see the little jimp in here, which is very functional, okay? It sits in an excellent position. Medium jimp in, which is perfect, okay? You're also going to see jimp in on the back, where it's going to rest in your fingers. The last two fingers here is going to have some jimping on it, which is excellent. Same on the Hinderer. No jimping on the lock bar. Okay, jimping on the lock bar for the Hinderer. Lock bar insert, the stainless steel, which I love. It's replaceable. It's going to last you a very, very long time. Although this is carbonized, so, you know, it's definitely going to prolong the life. Not last as long as the stainless steel lock bar insert, I believe. Okay. Now, like I said, okay, 3.5-inch blades. All right. Now, of course, I've written down specs on the Hinderer just because I haven't memorized all the, you know, the Hinderer stuff yet. Haven't had too many of these, so not like my Spartacos and zero tolerances. I can pretty much spit out the specs on most of them. All right, but we're looking at, like I said, 3.5, overall length, 8.25 on both. Okay, so the same overall length on these. Okay, we're gonna have a 1.16-inch blade stock on the Hinderer. Okay, and the exact same on the 0562, although it does look different because it's cut thin at the top and then broadens out about 1/8 of an inch in. Okay, so far so good, right on par. Okay, handle thickness, this is going to be a little bit of a difference, 0.54, so over 1/2 inch, which I love. I have big hands, so it fits in there. This is 0.48, so a little less than 1/2 inch on this. Okay, as you can see, the titanium slab on the Hinderer is definitely thicker than the 0562. G10 side as well. Not as much carbon fiber as G10 on this side, although the liners on the display side look to be very similar in size. Okay, you got your standoffs here, you got your standoffs here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, you got your lanyard loop at the top here, as opposed to on this one they say to, you know, you can loop it around the end or something like that, but looks like the blade will, so maybe through here. Okay, anyway, all right, so far looking very similar. Weighing, okay, 5.6, although I've seen a lot of different weights on the Hinderers. 5.8, you know, 5.6, we're going to say 5.6 on this, 5.45 on the zero tolerance. Okay, so everything so far is, I mean, almost on par. I think the biggest difference being the width. Okay, this being thicker in hand. All right, blade steel S35VN, nothing wrong with that. 204P. So some would say that this has the higher end materials, okay, the better quality materials. All right, both titanium. Okay, this is a super steel, the 204. All right, stainless steel lock bar insert. Both got the LBS, the lock bar stabilizers. I mean, very similar. Is it worth the extra $250? You're gonna have to answer that yourself. How much do you really appreciate knives? The more I handle the Hinderer, the more I can see, just like my Sebenzas, I can see where the quality goes into. The high tolerances, I've said this before in my videos, it just seems so sturdy. Alright, there's nothing wrong with this, okay? It's just to each their own, and I do believe that this is gonna hold out and last, and just more of a handcrafted, more time, more effort goes into these knives, and the more you handle them, the more you can appreciate and see that. Okay, this is just a wicked blade. I love this. Okay, now the difference in deployment. This is silky, smooth, fast, probably one of my favorite, best flippers I own. And this is just running on the KVT bearings. Very fast, as you can see. It flies out. This being on Teflon washers, which a lot of guys have a problem with. Okay, I don't. Lion Steel uses them on some of their high-end knives. I have high-end knives with Teflon washers. They're replaceable. They last long enough, and they are silky smooth. Okay? This flies out faster, but it's almost a rougher feel. And it's not rough, but just when you fly this open, it feels like it glides and closed. Okay? Now, I believe it's the way you make your knife, how much time you put into it, how you fit everything together, how you build your knives. I've seen knives with Teflon washers, not Teflon, phosphor bronze washers work and function just as well as these. All right, pick up an 0550, zero tolerance if you don't believe me. Okay, that's running on the phosphor bronze washers, I believe, and that is silky smooth. All right, the same on the Tenacious, which is a $50 knife as opposed to a $200 knife. So yes, I believe it's how you put the knife together. Okay, both great knives, both great choices. All right, you can't go wrong with either one. I mean, the specs being so similar, it's almost ridiculous. All right, excellent knives, can't go wrong. All right, is it worth the $300? I'm not going to answer that. I can't answer that. Okay, obviously I got a Hinderer, I have some Sabenzas, so I believe that they're worth the extra money, fit and finish wise. But it's hard because this is a very good representation of high quality in a, I would say, value price point, even though being $240. Okay, so you may pay $150 to $200 more on the aftermarket. For the Skinner, I think a little more than that, but you can't go wrong. All right, this is G10. This is the G10 version. Okay, an LMAX 190 or something. G10, great knife, just the LMAX blade. All right, pick that up first if you have any questions. Okay, this is my other one. Very strong D10 on these zero tolerances. Very strong. The last few years I've noticed. Okay, this one actually has a medium, which is great. Early lockups. Okay, early lockup on that, which is great. Okay, so I just wanted to throw this up. I don't know if I answered your questions. Maybe some size differences, if there are any. Some stats there, hard use knives, sure. Tactical, nah. Could use it for a tactical knife, sure. Self-defense, like I said, you could use it, obviously. I mean, look at that, right? But are they made for that? No, I think they're just made for your general EDC purposes, okay? So, there you go. Rambling on about some zero tolerances. XM-18, excellent knives. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay, God bless.